My name's Kate Morris. I'm 55 years old and I've worked actively for Verity, running a local support group for about 20 years, and in the last 2 years have come on board as one of the 5 volunteer trustees that run the charity. As soon as my period started, I knew from talking to my friends that this thing was supposed to happen every 28 days. And I knew straight away that mine didn't. It seemed to be longer in between and not as predictable as I'd anticipated. So I did eventually, when I was able to, approach my GP, who put me on the pill, which regulated the periods. And that sort of got me through that stage of my late teens. But I was curious about my own body. I wanted to know if it was working properly. So I came off the pill, and sure enough, everything was completely haywire. So I went to see my GP at uni, and I stumbled on a lovely fella who said, from what I've heard, you should be pleased you don't have periods. And I said, but periods are what makes me a woman. So I was referred. I had an internal scan. Pop your clothes back on, go into the office next door. You've got Polycystic Ovary Syndrome. I'm really sorry, you're going to struggle to have children. The end. The following probably 20 years, best part of, I worked on the assumption that motherhood was an unattainable goal for me. I was still pursuing knowledge. I wanted to know more, and I badgered and, nagged every GP I'd ever met along the line. And eventually somebody sent me to Birmingham Women's Hospital. And I met a consultant there who was a gynecologist, I think. She changed my life because she said 2 key things. She said, 1, no, you could become a mother, it's just going to be really difficult. Come back when you want children. Right, okay. Then she gave me a piece of paper that said, there's a charity out there, they're called Verity, here's their address. And at this point, I began to understand that PCOS wasn't what I thought it was. It's a collection of symptoms. Everybody has a different combination of those symptoms. Even now, years later, as an expert patient, I know and completely understand there is no cure for PCOS. All you can do is manage it. So for quite a long time, I've managed my symptoms. But at different times in your life, that is a very different journey. I'm not that bothered about a bit of chin hair. I'm not too fussed. If it's a special occasion or I think people are going to get up close, I'll deal with it. When I was younger, that was a complete obsession. Trying to deal with that aspect of how this condition presents itself was really debilitating. Weight management has been a continuous theme. I was relatively slim until I was about 18. However, when I look back, I don't think it's particularly normal for a 14, 15-year-old schoolgirl to be eating meal replacement biscuits. I did that because I could feel that my body was putting on weight in a way that my friends weren't. When I went to university, I put on 5 stone in a year. And since then, my weight management journey has been lose 2 stone, put on 3. Lose 2 stone, put on 3. Roughly over the subsequent 10 years, I put on 1 stone a year. But I was on a diet all the time. As part of my work for Verity, I run a number of local support groups. And as the years have gone by, what I'm finding increasingly frustrating is that I am having the same conversation with young women year after year after year after year. Having read the parliamentary response to the petition, I absolutely applaud and am grateful on behalf of all women with PCOS for the significant amount of funding that has been allocated to research in the field of PCOS. My observation on that score is that the focus of that research and that investment has been on fertility. Fertility is only one part of a woman's lifelong journey with PCOS. Progress has clearly been made there. But the part of the journey that goes from teenage diagnosis to failure to conceive is ignored. My belief is that better intervention in that early journey may well lead to fewer referrals for fertility treatment. What I would hope this debate can lead to is some recognition of the importance of that early journey and that latter journey.